It's a big step forward for the Australian Defence Force to say, look, we need to do something. With 10 years in Afghanistan, we've got a lot of people that have been injured, a lot of people that have been wounded in action, a lot of people that have come home with psychological issues, and you've got to give them a little bit of time and space to just sort things out.
I was shot by a 50 cal machine gun in Afghanistan that ricocheted off something else and then went through my left ankle and pretty much just blew it apart, shattered pretty much below my knee, and my left leg just turned to jelly. All the bones had shattered, top half of my foot was blown apart. It took them a couple of months before they could even reconstruct me.
I was the rear gunner. I was trapped in the turret and I smashed my face on the machine gun. Multiple fractures to my face and loss of a few teeth. Some cognitive and memory problems.
I was wounded in Afghanistan 2nd November 2009 by an IED strike. Earlier on in my recovery, I was maintaining my injuries by myself back at my unit. Eventually things got worse over the years. It's not an easy treatment. It's not something we can fix in a day. It does take time.
I picked up a car full of casualties, loaded them into our car, and I ended up being on the gun again at the back hatch. On the way back to patrol base, we had to travel about a K. I was scanning with the weapon, and I went to check the edge of the road. As I tucked the weapon in to lean over to make sure there was nothing right down near our wheel, there was a massive white blinding flash, and that's the last thing I remember.
Fuck! Where was that?
The vehicle was thrown about 10 metres and I was thrown up the road about 30 metres and landed pretty much head first. I was on the ground for about 2 hours and 6 minutes before one of the other medics could come in and look after me, and he had me for 2 minutes where I was able to respond, and then I was dropping off and able to respond again before I went nil sign to life for a period of 4 minutes. The chopper landed, they loaded me on the chopper, and I was nil sign to life for another period of 4 minutes. I'd pretty much bled out on the ground, so they had to do a lot of work to replace the blood that I'd lost. Try and splint it, and then...
Was yours protruding out?
Yeah, exploded. That's how that happened. It busted out the side.
Did they put you
So it's 3 holes. So a hole there, there, and there. They cut it all into one massive hole.
And that was the larger portion.
Getting out into normal life and realising I'm having real difficulties just doing normal things like going to shops, and I was wigging out and having real problems reintegrating back into the real world. And I hit up Coco one day in physio and said, mate, when you came back from Iraq, did you have real troubles watching war movies and things like this and just getting wigged out and certain things? Like, yeah man, you need to go speak to this person. I'm like, okay, sweet. And then that's what triggered everything and started my mental health recovery as well. With these young guys, they come back and they sort of get ostracised a little bit, and it just happens. It's just a natural reaction that people are a bit frightened, about talking to you because you've got issues and you've got injuries, and they're visible injuries.
Just after I was diagnosed with PTSD, I went straight to Coco, and he pointed me in the direction of the PTSD program at the Mater, and from there I went straight to my MO and the psychiatrist, and I was able to go on and get that help that I needed at that time.
Yeah,
that was awesome out there last year, man. That was fun. No matter how bad my day has been, I can look across and think of Coco, and my day is still an okay day compared to what Coco and his family have been through.
I think it's really important that people realise that it's not just the soldier that suffers when they get injured or wounded in action or they fall really ill. There's always a family behind that soldier, and if the family's not strong behind them, then it'll fall apart really quickly.
Initially when we got him home, it was great, like just to have him under the roof and in the bed beside me, and the kids could sit on either side of him, watch the TV and that. But I think over the the first couple of months, It was a new lifestyle adjustment. For the little fella, our son Logan, to not have Dad be able to run around on a footy field initially to him, and that was a big kick in the belly for him. Leilani not to be able to interact with Dad or, dance hip hop in the lounge room, whatever it may be, that was hard.
Logan would be watching everything, so he'd come around and watch him dress my leg, and he'd ask the nurse 1,000 questions for what every piece did, and he'd want to help. He looked at me and thought, yeah, well, he's still the same, he's got some scars here, but they're pretty cool. Lani was a lot different. She didn't go anywhere near my left side, right up until I had to get my left leg fixed so I could move. She touched my scar on my left leg and said, "You're going to get that fixed today, Dad?" And I said, "Yeah, mate." I said, "The scars will still be there, but my leg I'll be able to bend."
All the simple tasks at home became a strenuous task on not only McQuilty as an individual, but on us as a family. We started to see the survivor guilt kick in from McQuilty, and then I'd say the anger kicked in for myself with the whole situation of why we had to go through this, and why us, why him, why the injuries. There were several times where I just wanted to throw it in. I could have just got in the car and driven away. You'd go to bed and you'd have your cry, or you sit in the shower and have your cry overnight time, but you wake up in the morning and you'd somehow push through the next day and do it all again.
My wife is really special. She stuck by me, so if there's ever an award for courage for a woman or a wife of a soldier, then she'd probably get it. They told me that I'd never run again, but I never let them tell me things that they think I can't do without having to go myself. So that running, just persevered with it and kept trying and trying and trying, and so in a couple of years I might be able to get on a bike.
The last 12 months, McQuilty's coming along with his rehab in leaps and bounds. So we can go on our family holidays now, we can go down to footy on a weekend, we can go for a walk to the park. In some ways, it upsets me and it makes me angry for what's happened with him, but at the same time it's inspirational to see how far he's come and how we've stuck together as a family. Because in the future we know that things may get a little worse on the arthritic side of things, the pain side of things, but if we can accommodate that to the best we can as a family and as individuals, then we'll be right, we'll be set for life then.
Come on, Scotty. Keep pushing, Scotty.
Helping my mates is, I've been doing that my whole career as a medic, that's your job, and you sort of learn that you can put everything before yourself.
Keep going, Dingo. You're doing well, mate.
Which can be negative at times. You sort of forget about yourself and don't eat, and you're worried about looking after your mates and you miss meal times and stuff like that. But if I can show these guys that they can step up and take anything on the chin now because they've been through a near-death experience, then nothing in life should frighten you anymore. You can make a choice to be happy, and I choose to be happy and positive. I'm comfortable with the fact that I was shot at and blown up and stuff like that. I'm comfortable with the fact that I've got injuries that are going to take a long time to heal. I'm comfortable with the fact that I've got mates with worse injuries and I can freely talk to them. I want to get better.
Hey, Will.
Even after they come back from deployment, some people really don't want to be in the army, and you give them 6 months or a year just to take some time out if they're suffering those psychological issues, and they can get back into that groove of going back to work. Other people, you just have to prepare them to get out of the army. Will Bailey's already starting his uni package, and that's really good because it's keeping him focused. And Nick Barnes is going to look into doing some stuff outside because he's got that knack to help people as well, and he can make you feel good even when you're feeling like rubbish. Kyle Harris, he's going to go and study uni as well. So he's going to go home and study down there so he can be around family and stuff. I'm still comfortable teaching people, and I'll make a decision closer to that date whether I want to get out or stick it out for a couple more years.
Everyone has their bad days, everybody has their good days, and tomorrow's going to come.